let's get our chip away from the new phone, the defective phone. As you see, this phone has been to a repair shop before. They used some flux, they heated the chip in the hope that it's gonna work, but it didn't. You can see some flux. I didn't put any flux or anything. It's been already heated before, but heating the chip will never resolve the problem. You will still have this problem that the touch will work sometimes and doesn't work some other times. So now it's moving. I can grab it like that and lift it. Yes, great. So next step, let's clean it. Let's remove all this flux and stuff and solder. Let's make a good work. Let's work with guarantee. I used to give a lifetime guarantee in fixing the touch problem of the iPhone 6 Plus. Yes, you grab it like this, and you move. Oh, great. One more time. Be careful. Grab it. Use some pressure. Grab it. Yes. I have moved something there. It's fine. It should be back. It's very difficult, but it's for the sake of the video. If I'm not making a video, I wouldn't do this mistake, because in the video I have to use only one eye, and it's kind of difficult for me to use only one eye. Should be really careful, guy. Yes, be back. Yes, great. Now we have everything in order. Now we're gonna proceed to the next step, which is checking if we really have connection between the lost pads, or the most famous problem that old iPhone 6 Plus are famous with. Now we have to dig a little bit in the board and see. So let's test if we have connection between these pads. Mostly there are like two pads. See, it's beeping. Really nice. Now we need to have connection between these two pads. And here, where you're gonna make the jumper. It's a very complicated step. I just wanted to maybe get you closer. Yes, that's very nice. Yeah, that's very nice. You have like a closer picture here. Yeah. Clean it maybe a little bit. Do you need it to be clean? All the solder. Yes, great. Okay. Now what we need to do is to dig here. This is the trick about fixing the touch screen of the 6 Plus. Yeah, now let's test if we have connection between these two pads, between this test point and the pad. One probe on the test point and one other probe pressure, but don't be cheated about this. You should be really careful. Don't be cheated, because when the motherboard is hot, then you can get some connection. When the motherboard get cold, then it's gonna lose the connection. And this is a rule in metal tanks. When it gets cold, though, then it gets disabsorbed, and it it extends with the heat, and it this extend with the cold, so you lose connection when it's cold. So let's make jumper in this place to make sure that we have connection between the test point and the pad. But in this case, I'm just gonna make jumper to make sure and to be 100% that it's gonna work, because that's why sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. This is one of the symptoms of the touch problem with the iPhone 6 Plus. Now we have made our jumper. After we have cleaned the chip, we'll just remove all the solder, all the original solder from it. I have already done this. I like to remove all the solder from it. Then let's grab our 6 Plus stencils. Plus stencils, the touch IC. It's here. It's the bigger one. Yes. Place it nice and clean. Okay. Turning the solder, you have to grab some, not like this solder which is so much liquid, and it should be kind of hard a little bit. It should be kind of hard, so you can do it. You can get nice pads. The remolding is a very important step in microsoldering and board repair. And there is also a technique while reballing the chips, whatever chip, especially big ones. Otherwise, small chips, they're easy to reball because the solder doesn't go between the pads. But when it comes to big chips, ICs, then you get a problem, because when the solder goes between the other pads, then you don't get equal pads. And I love to do the reballing thing once for all. I don't like to do it twice. You should be very careful. Make sure that you have enough solder. Sometimes I have to do it in the other direction to make sure that the chip is getting enough solder. In this step, it helps to push the solder down, soldering paste down. In 280, I set it higher because I can control the heat from here. when I see that the solder is coming up chip, then I lift my heat gun, because you should give it like a nice temperature. Sometimes your fingers started to shake when you're grabbing the stencils. I told you in this step, when you see that, yes, it's like slowly, you go slowly, slowly, slowly. Now, when you see that they're bubbling, this is the time when they stick to the chip. Now our chip is well reballed. As you see here, well reballed. All the parts are fine and shiny. Well, next step. Get the right position. Yes. Put some solder. Not so much solder though. The position is like this. So it should set, yes. Now let's heat it using 300 and let's see. Yeah, now we have put our phone together, and yes, this is a 6 Plus. Check that out. Working perfectly fine. The touch is not stopping or anything. Oh, let me show you this. Yes. This is how we fix the touch screen. We don't change the screen actually. It's a motherboard repair. It's a problem on the board when you need to change the touch IC, which is this one, and not only changing the touch IC, because it's not gonna work, you have to jump the place that loses connection. So if you have such problem, don't hesitate to write me an email on the description below, and I will be glad to help. You have been watching Samir from Stockholm Microsoldering and Board Repair. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.